How is it going on, guys? Welcome back. So𝗵𝗶𝗀 launches world's first AMD Ryzen 9 9950HX 3D mobile chip on desktop motherboard, MODT for short. If you talk about the CPU itself, it's a 16 core Zen 5 based CPU cores with 3D cache technology. MODT motherboards now features AMD Ryzen 9 9950HX 3D and 9950HX up to 16 cores and 5 with 120 MB cache. MODT motherboards are gaining popularity for their strong price to performance value, according to what news suggests, but not in my opinion. It's a mobile part which is much lower TDP, hence a bit lower boost clocks, but whole board costs much as 9950X3D alone, so it's kinda steal. But many vendors now offers them in China. Based seems to be leading with its latest release. If we talk more about the CPU, $𝗵𝗀 has introduced its new M80X motherboard with two CPU options, AMD Ryzen 9 9950HX 3D and 9950HX, designed for high performance mobile devices. Both chips uses the Zen 5 architecture, offering a 16-core 32-thread with a boost clock up to 5.4 GHz and a 55-watt TDP configurable up to 75 watt. The standard model includes 64 MB of L3 cache, while the X3D version doubles this with an additional 64 MB of second gen 3D cache stacked beneath a single CCD. As I told you guys in my older videos, by changing the location of 3D cache, they were able to control temps and allowed that X3D chip to be overclocked, but that was not the case in the first gen 3D cache CPUs. And as for the motherboard, it features a solid black and white aesthetic and adopts a 10-phase VRM for power delivery. The motherboard comes outfitted with VRM and M.2 heatsinks, as you can see in this picture. There is a full length PCIe 5.0 x 16 slot for GPUs plus an additional PCIe 4.0 x 1 slot. M.2 slots include 2 Gen 5 x 4 for NVMe storage, and motherboard itself supports two standard DDR5U DIMMs with up to 128 GB of total memory capacity. The CPU comes pre-attached with a vapor chamber base plate which uses HIS cover. The board uses the standard AM5 retention slot, so it will easily support a countless number of coolers, AIO heatsinks. The motherboard is powered by a single 8-pin connector and houses two SATA 3 ports along with the various fan headers. IO is said to be included with the 7.1 channel support along with a range of USB ports. The Ryzen 9 9950HX motherboard will launch at $530 converted from 3,799 yuan, while the 3D cache equipped 9950HX 3D will launch at 669.53 converted from 4,799 yuan. Although it is unclear if these motherboards will be available for purchase outside of China. However, if you talk about the price, the Ryzen 9 9950X 3D costs $700 so you are getting a motherboard plus a CPU for $50 less. The standard variant costs $100 less than the desktop 9950X and features similar specs. So that's quite the value you are getting with these MODT options. $𝗵𝗀 is expected to share more details on these motherboards soon as they are about to go on sale. Miniforms also teased its Ryzen 9 9950HX MODT based around the X870M chipset a while back, but they haven't released more info in this regard or availability.